the moon under starry skies. That's when I rise at night. I shine. When the town is sound asleep, time to laugh, time to weep. Oh, we're going deep at night. I shine. I awoke in a land of dreams, stuffed and sewed along the seams. All my life, this is how I feel, and I have no idea now if I'm real. When the din of the city pales next to the song of the nightingales, oh, never fails at night. I shine. Once the blue has turned black, after love has had its heart attack, I pull the curtain back at night. I shine. I awoke in a land of dreams, stuffed and sewed along the seams. All my life, this is how I feel, and I have no idea now if I'm real. I'm back in my body, back behind my eyes. I'm back in control, I'm ready to drive. Back behind the wheel, are you ready to ride off into a field of road, into the night, into the night, into the night, into the night. Night Owl is filmed before a live webcast audience. Yeah, thank you. Ah, so little to do, so much time. Of course, I called the show that facetiously. It's about to get messy. We're making a record here on the show. It's called Picking the Lockdown. So far, there's 12 songs on it. There's one that we should probably try to track to see what it feels like. I don't know, but you know the it's about to get messy. It's about to get messy. It's funny. I just was looking at a friend's thread on Facebook. Sam Chase, some of you might know him, and he started. He just got some new gear himself, and he's doing some home recording. And, oh wait, I gotta plug my iPad in. Should probably get him on here and talk about it. But this was his post recently. It says, home studio problem number 2149085. The mixing process of recording music is stupid and I hate it. Right? It's tough stuff. We've so far, really mostly been enjoying the fun part. And I was trying to get my camera over there. What's going on here? Why isn't that working? I see. Now I understand. You should move me down here so we're like hanging out together. Hey, Sam. What's up, buddy? So, okay. So, this was his original post, and then I started reading, and, he's a musician, a great musician, great songwriter, and he has a lot of good friends, and he knows a lot of studio people, so, some interesting conversations start popping up in the thread. Here's some advice. There you go. That's it. TLP chimes in, loves mixing. That's, he misses mixing so bad. He's the live mixer for Fruition. Greg says, that's how I feel every time until I'm done. And then I chimed in, but that's just side talk. Wait, isn't the mix where everything gets fixed? We've talked about that a lot. Bad idea. Bad idea to think that way. Especially if you're singing a vocal or playing a guitar or something and you're like, oh, I messed that up, but we can fix it later. Never do that. You might be able to. Never think that way. Oh, I just triggered Siri somewhere. It's funny. I have 3 iOS devices around me at the moment. Only one of them was like, what? I'm here. What'd you need? What are we looking up? What are we doing? You are fake news. All right, just so if you're just tuning in, we're looking at Sam Chase's home studio problem number 2149085. The mixing process of recording music is stupid, and I hate it. And I definitely have, nothing but bad memories with stuff I've mixed personally. Nothing. My first actual legit, I think, panic attack. Was listening to the original Hippie Fiasco Rides Again record mix in a friend's car on the way to a show in Charlottesville. They had to stop the car. It's such a weird process. It truly is. But we march forth. Don't worry, we're putting this record on Spotify no matter how bad the mix is. That's part of why we're talking about this. It's going up there. That's the plan. This record is going to be in Spotify's hands by Valentine's Day. It's our musical love letter to the world. Wait, all right, we did that one. Chris Dowd. Lots of ear breaks. We get on here and do marathons.
maybe not the smartest move. I usually cheat in the morning and do some stuff. And just redoing everything usually works. Ha ha. There's something to that. There's something to that. A lot of times, and this is something I'm just starting to learn, is I've spent a long time trying to mix something to make it sound the way I want it to sound, like maybe a vocal line or something, when I got a mic sitting right there and I could just perform it what I'm hearing and what I want. And I forget that I don't even know that I have that ability. Maybe that's the first time I've even said that out loud or thought that genuinely to myself, but I'm starting to suspect things like this. Like, no, quit. If you're doing all that to try to get it to do something and you got the stuff right here to do it, just do it. Because it just is true that if the parts are good, the bullseye gets way bigger. Matthew says yes. Jordan says it should mostly be done as you go along, sort of what we were just talking about. TLP says that's a great way to start. And Gio says, as you go along means drunk in this case. Caring is what runs you into most trouble, I found. Gold. Outsource. I'll mix your record for a frozen Philly cheesesteak. Well, you mix ours, Christopher. Dave says, I find it's become more of an intuitive process of following a feeling or a thread that appears. Technically, the pieces fall into place then. It's because, yeah, see, that's definitely, it sounds like somebody that mixes records the way I write songs, or the way you do what you've done for years and years and years, your whole life. But, yeah, I mean, we'll just keep making records till we feel like Dave feels. How about that plan? Eventually, 20 years, I'll be on here, you'll be there, and we'll be like, not even talking much. Just getting it done. Just doing it. Just doing it. All right, Sandy Rogers says, put it all in, then take it all back out. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Don't wait too long to feel good about it. Put it all in, then take it all back out. Yep, that's sort of part of what we've been up to, right? There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Don't wait too long to feel good about it. You know, if you look, each time we change the mix, we replace the old mix, and I update the player on the website. And I was talking to Swaby earlier today in Discord, and he was talking about how Lie to Me Baby, about a week ago, it had this creepiness that he really loved that he thinks is not there anymore. And he's probably right. It's a mysterious process. We know we have a living, breathing thing on our hands, but we could possibly kill it in the next 2 weeks. That's why we're having this talk. I'm not sure that I can guarantee you we won't. I'm learning right along with everybody else. Edward says, I once worked with a recording engineer who said, after I record the tracks, there is no mix. This is a man that's a professional right there. That's who you want to work with. I believe that person. I mean, there's two different kinds of person that could say that, and I suspect that this is the one you want to work with. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I imagine that's probably true. He knows what it sounds like as it's coming in. He knows what's going to tape, quote unquote, and knows what's going to come back out of the speakers when you hit play just by going blam 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 boom 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 bing. There it is. Oh yeah. Oh, a little nudge. Something in the 60 hertz is. So, see, I mean, look at me. Look at me. You think I'm ever going to say to you with a straight face, oh, there's something in the 60 hertz that needs a little tweak? I might be like, there's something crazy going on in the low end, but I'm not going to be like, you know. Have you checked out the Isotope VST products? It doesn't fully mix it for you, but it makes a good reference. Color me intrigued. What are we talking? What is that? Is there a plugin that mixes multiple tracks? Never heard of this. Intrigued. Neil says, I actually love the process. It's been frustrating at times, but as I learn the workflow, it suits my obsessive compulsive personality. Well, cheers to that. Nigel says, oh man, hire me. That is the thing. I love that, Al Howard has a great relationship with the mixing engineer that is helping him with this current project on his way to 100 collaborations in a year. And I dream about that sometimes. If I had a cohort I could just send tracks to, and he'd send me back what the pros can do to sound. Ooh, that would be crazy. And though I know a lot of good engineers, I would never ask them to do that. And I mean, it just seems to me like a lot to ask. And it would. I mean, I guess. I mean, not that they would necessarily do it for free, but most of the ones I know are just busy and not cheap. But that would be a cool relationship. I'll catch up with y'all's chats in a second and get through a few more of these. Pay someone to do it. Bah, just slam all the faders up. Just turn it up. Just turn it up. Here's somebody that I started picking their brain on this thread a little bit. Muka. Drums, make them clear, then shut them off. Bass, use everything you own, then turn it up. Shut it off. Vocals next. Use everything you own, then shut it off. Lastly, guitars and boards. High pass them, pan them, then shut them off. A-B every mix you like. Turn the volume way down and start the balance. Play it on every system you can get to listen. Mixing is zen. Relax. Yes, it's exhausting. Live sound dudes have a point, but they don't make records. I do. I know you didn't ask, but I thought I would share how I do it on an 80 input SSL. Oh, and I suck more than half the time. So I chimed in at this point. I said, lots of questions, but first, what does use everything you own mean? He says, okay, anything that adds character. It could be a reamped guitar amp. We should try that with something at some point, reamping something. It's basically where we take the track that we already have, send it out of the computer into the room somehow, into an amp, into some kind of speaker, and then re-record it and use the reamped sound to give it some character, give it some some texture. You're also capturing the space that you're reamping it in. Could go up to the big room upstairs. And so then I said, he goes, okay, anything that adds character. It could be a reamped guitar amp. I used to put an amp in the toilet at Prairie Dump, my first studio. Cheap compression guitar pedals, whatever you have, put it on there. I said, oh yeah, I've sat on the can by many a mic and amps. Many times using the bathroom when there's cables coming in, there's an amp in the bathtub, microphones. Bathrooms just sound cool. I said, I like hearing that about the bass. That rings a bell. Okay, next. Shut them off, ? He says, get it close, make a difference, give it character. Get it close, make a difference, give it character. Then shut it off and move on to the next food group, RE bass. So his technique is you mix each sound individually. Of course, you need to hear them by themselves, make sure they sound cool, and then start bringing them in. Okay, so, and I said, so mixing each sound individually, but that's not sitting them in the mix, right? And he says, sitting them in the mix and finding room in the mix is the mystery. Every song has its own map. That's the Zen for me. I know famous artists who have limited the engineers to 3 hours, and if it isn't done, he goes home for the day and comes back the next. The point that Sebastian and I are making is we keep trying. Have faith and it will hit you that it's making sense. I have a bunch of engineers here, but very few mixing engineers of the caliber that are outstanding yet. You see, it's hard work, and me included. We just keep not settling until it gets better. Lastly, the Zen part for me is the final mix is always there, but I have to uncover it. It's like, painting and a lot of things you're painting, you're adding paint to the canvas, but when you carve a statue, you're removing things from it to reveal what's there. So I think the tracking part is the painting, and we're adding and we're throwing stuff on the canvas, but the mix is more like sculpting. It's like chiseling out of it's like whittling out of wood, removing everything till this beautiful image of yourself is in your hands. So with that, let's go to Used to Be a Ramblin' Man. I was listening to this earlier. I feel like we should just mute these drums and just mute the drums and start thinking. Either that or we'd listen to it with the drums and then without them. But we definitely have to figure out something drum-wise. Now there is a chance that we'll get sent drums by some drummers out there. Who knows? I don't know. But in the meantime, we have to come up with something cool ourselves. And okay, maybe I'm going to play it with the drums in, and then we can play it without the drums. Well, we can just talk about the drums. I think they're not working. Talk to me in the chat. And wherever you're watching, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, I see every chat. It comes to our Discord server. If you're the kind of person that's into stuff like this, you should really join our Discord server, Hippie Fiasco Rides Again. There's a link in the description of the show to join us in Discord. We have a lot of fun in here. There's great text channels and voice channels and places to hang out even when we're not live on the air, and leave cool notes for each other and fun pictures of Percy. Hey, Percy. We have an awesome bot on our Discord server named Percy who can fetch my lyrics, who you can give a request to, and he'll let me know what songs you want to hear when I'm playing live and stuff like that. I wonder if we should use Percy for mix notes. A lot of times going back through the chat looking for mix notes is a little hard. We might be able to co-op the request feature that Percy has, and probably wouldn't even have to recode it. We could just use the request feature for mix notes. Rob says, I bet there is a whole lot of live engineers looking for something to do. There's a big difference between live engineers and studio engineers. But I hear you. I hear you. No doubt that's true. All right, listening. You might want to. Hey, Brian, good to see you. You might want to grab your headphones out there. Although Brian's probably sitting by some studio speakers as we hang out. We're making a record, Brian. I don't know if you've caught word of this or if you've been able to listen to any of the tracks, but the clock is ticking. This is a big week for the record. The next week's gonna have a lot to do with trying to figure out the mastering, trying to figure out the coming up, solidifying the album artwork, and then submitting it, signing up with some kind of distribution company online. What should it be? CD Baby, DistroKid, Amuse. We're going to have to do some research and join one of these things. So, yeah, a lot to do. so little time. That's the name of the show, right?
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand.
There might be some weird rhythm stuff going on back
It's
there.
hard.
My guitar is the culprit every freaking
See, I
time.
used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard.
I hear a little click right there.
No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair.
It's gonna sneak up on us.
But I ain't going. And I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Yeah, so that's the song. It's got to be on the record, and it needs a lot of help. And that's why we're here, right? That's what we do. Who you gonna call? Hippie Fiasco. We got this. Oh man, where to begin? I do think we begin by just muting these drums, and then listening with our mouths agape at the horror of my my fluctuating rhythm guitar. Even as hard as I tried to be consistent, there's still rhythm issues in there. I'm not really sure what to do about it. This haunts me. And I want to apologize now officially to every band I've recorded with in the past. I do all these micro rhythmic, off rhythm, arrhythmic accents. I get excited, have little flutters. If it's super straight, I can almost pull it off, but I'm learning. I'm finally understanding how big of a deal it is. I go back and listen to some of the records I made over the last 10 years as I'm trying to figure out how to make records. And yes, I've been at this for a long time, and I'm still completely mystified by so much of it. But some stuff, I can't even believe I thought I could get away with that. I have one guitar finger picking all over the place, and another guitar strumming away, and another guitar doing a different strum, and each one of them had their own rhythm issues. But I just figured, I'll just add one more. I'll just add another.
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze.
See, right there.
It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs against a maddening breeze.
Yeah, I think the bass is off a little bit too. Hey, you know what? Before we get too far into let me do a save as, so we can not worry too much about what we're doing because we can do big experiments and find our way back. I'll amend this one, drums with a Z. I always think I know exactly what my little codes mean. I'm like, oh, sure, I'll remember what that is and what order they happened. And then a month later, I'll be like, what was SPH? What? The sphere mix? What's SPH? All right, drums. All right, let's take a look at that bass right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut on flex. Let's get rid of those. Let's see what that.
that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going. Carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. This isn't an illness, it's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees.
Right. Yeah, Swaby's saying in the chat, pointing out that Lex is doing those. He's doing these muted notes right before the notes, like boom, 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 and might not be serving what's going on. Not sure what to do about it. There's probably a utilitarian base of some sort that I put on. Let's see if I see anything. Just unhid some tracks. There's been a lot of stabs of sounds at this thing. Nope, I guess not. All right, let's try not bringing in the drums and the bass until the first chorus.
This isn't an illness, it's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. No one around here can understand. Down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Yeah.
There's signs along the highway.
There's something to that idea, huh?
On my knees, and it's hard. no one round here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway.
All right, talk to me about that idea. Do you still feel that way, John? I see your bass in on the line that carries these old songs. I like the way you're thinking, for sure. But what did y'all think of that? What just happened? It's pretty fun, huh?
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze.
All right, so how about the ladies on that carry those old songs?
Against a maddening breeze.
God, we might want some crazy reverb on this.
That carries those old songs. That carries those old songs.
That carries those old songs.
Let's see, we don't need any that's. We don't need any that's.
Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs.
That carries those old songs. That carries those old songs.
His backup vocals are golden. Brought to mind Leonard Cohen era production with this whole feel. That's sounds like we're barking up the right tree.
That carries those old songs.
Carries those old. Carries those old.
Oh, maybe things I thought were that's where the C for carries.
Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs.
I guess the S is nice.
Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs.
Kate Gaffney,
Carries those old songs.
Morgan, Magpie.
Carries those old songs.
Should we just do that mysteriously or bending the trees as well?
Carries those old songs. Carries those old songs.
All right.
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Oh, I don't know about anything else, but I like that when it came in. That made me feel good. I like that. All right. I heard it maybe also on, but I ain't going. Maybe, and I saw where Mags was saying maybe on trees or stillness.
But I ain't going, I'm hunkered.
Man, my Zoom is just not working the way I want it to these days.
But I ain't going. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. Hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
All right, so how do I do that? Should we go in the search for like a fresh drum pattern from the library of drum patterns I have as a place to start? Or should we craft it ourselves simply with MIDI notes? Should we modify the one that we are listening to now? John, what do you think?
Hippie Fiasco.
American Night Owl. Hippie Fiasco rides again in American Night Owl, brought to you by Taos Hum Hot Sauce.
Taos hum, make it stop. Hot sauce, Taos hum, make it stop. Hot sauce, Taos hum, make it stop. Hot sauce, Taos hum, make it stop. Hot sauce,
Taos Hum.
make it stop. Hot sauce, Taos hum.
Make it hot.
I think I'm starting to get my brain around how this is working. So did John tell us what to do? Brian says, on first pass, I thought the drums sounded quite nice. What is the source of the current drums? Live recording, preset from a library, or MIDI programmed? Pretty much the whole record at the moment is some version of MIDI programmed. Either I started them from scratch or took a MIDI pattern that I have in my library and altered it to fit. So John says, after the drum beat for a few bars, so the snare only hits on the 3 until the vocals come in. So alter it. I thought he said after, but he said alter. Okay, let's alter. Everybody, to the altar. We're doing this. Everybody, meet you at the altar. So I guess this is the drum we're talking about changing, right? Let's see. What is this one even doing anymore? Anything? All right, we can just mute this guy. We don't even need him for now.
See, I used to be a rambling man.
Okay, so you're saying snare only when? Let's see. He says, alter the drum beat for a few bars so the snare only hits on the 3 until the vocals come in. All right, so right now it's coming in on the 2s and let's see, it's 1, 2. It's 2 and 4 right now, pretty straight up. He's saying on the 3. Is that right? So it'd be.
See, I used to be a rambling man.
1, 2, 3. So he says stick them right there on the 3s. On the 3s.
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. This sound.
Oh, so no, I guess the kick pattern wouldn't be the same, huh? Do I just get rid of these for halftime? I don't even know what halftime. I mean, I just am guessing by common sense what halftime is.
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Oh, there's another snare somewhere. Where is it? Where are you? Those all look muted. Muted? Must be one of the hidden. Is it one of the hidden tracks? Unhide. Where's that coming from?
Man.
It's not on this track. That's what those are doing, but it's muted. There's nothing there. Willie, we gotta crack this case. It's gotta be in a hidden... Where's Waldo? Ah, it's so weird.
Gambling man.
Oh, I got it. I bet I know. I bet I know. I bet I know. I'm going to open up the plugin, and I bet there's something. Yep, found it. This would be the culprit. My goodness. You should all be muted. Half of them were muted. Okay, sorry about that. Where were we? That was a little bit of a mystery. Here, I'll unmute these guys. I wonder if I can go back and... Do we want those kicks back? I think stuff you do in the plugins aren't reflected in the undos. Yeah. Oh, God. There they are. Just check to make sure. Nope, still muted.
You rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
All right. Talk to me. Here, I'll set that up a little better. We'll see how that feels coming in.
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Okay, I'm going to try to catch up. I don't know. I think that given this is a drum entry, you want a full drum pattern to establish the feel, and definitely 2 and 4, not 3. My opinion is to vary drums later on. To clarify, definitely 2 and 4 for snare, not 3. Just for that section, though, it was a ghost. We found the ghost, we caught the ghost, we put the ghost in a jar, and we poked holes in the lid. Ghost is fine. You hit a track that had brush. All right, that's what I thought I did too. All right, Brian has a point. Oh, but brushes in place of stick on snare early is an interesting idea. Skip this idea. Do side stick and never listen to me. Holy moly. Brushes. I say stick with 2 and 4. Otherwise, you need a different cymbal pattern. It could work, but other drums would need to be altered. Skip it. I love the making of this. Incredible. Me too. I mean, we could go in and look at drum patterns and see how they feel. I definitely feel like, all right, here's a snare down here. It looks like I recorded. Let's see what it's saying. Oh, that's brush. That's me in here with a brush. Let's see what that sounds like coming in. Oops.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living.
Yeah, it's not really doing
much. I swore I'd never.
Let's see what this is. What is this? Oh. That's hitting a snare in here. There you go. Maybe that's our 2 and 4. We might just want to grab a few of those, maybe. All right, snare, hits, tabs. Oh, God. Sorry. Tab, snare, brush.
There's signs along the highway.
That's not in time at all. All right, but it could be. But I guess there's no reason to use those. We'll just build it in the thing.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life. I swore I'd never stray, but I ain't going.
Okay. Maybe this is a game we should play real quick.
There's signs along.
Mute. Superior Drummer 3. Let's start over from scratch for a second. Of course put in a call to Brogan. Absolutely. If he owes you a favor. We all owed Dave Brogan. It's so hard to ask him for anything when really. But maybe this is what he needs. Maybe this is what he needs. You just never. It's tough stuff. You just never know. Oh, hey Chad, what up? All right, so I just created a whole new drum set. I'm gonna call it "This Is It." Sometimes optimistically name things and hope that works. Okay, now in here is called grooves. You can do things like tap to find, but here we'll just let's see. How should we search? We could just look at country grooves. Okay, now because of the latency, if you grab real performances, samples of a drummer playing, and then modify them, you'll have more soul behind the track. Superior drummer. I actually prefer the MIDI to using the loops. Maybe we're on the same page, because a lot of these are real performance MIDI, but not real performance samples. Like for a long time, I used to use a lot of like wave file loops that were just already played, and I found that pretty limiting. But this was like such a revelation. You know, we have our drum set here. We can put whatever. We can swap out these drums. We can beat them with different things. We can tune the drums. We can cut the drums up and down. So we could swap that snare out with that snare. It's so cool how it works. We can even grab one with a cymbal on it. So those are all decisions we get to make. All right, well, let's look at grooves. I guess you're just going to have to really pay attention and to what they're called to let me know what you like. I wish it was all instant. I wish I could just let it play. Maybe I'll just... All right, we're in country grooves. This is why you got to have your headphones and a pad and a pencil to be a co-producer. At least look official. All right, I'm just going to start clicking on these grooves. I imagine we're looking for a straight 4/4. What's a swing 4/4? Let's hear what that even sounds like. All right, but we get to hear them in the context of the song, so this is super fun. We might stumble on one that's like, oh my God, I had no idea that could happen. And maybe we shouldn't stay in country. I got folders of all types here. We have thousands of grooves here potentially to choose from, so you might want to get comfortable. This is swing 4/4 ballad.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. There's signs along...
I mean, that feels pretty good. Here, let's go to... Where were we in the song? Oh, that is the right spot.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Yeah, that is more of a trot to it.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find...
This one's called Straight 4/4 Big Ballad 66. Big Ballad 66.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
All right, here's Push Ballad 88.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between...
It's pretty mellow. Let's see, here's a straight 4. Get to Memphis 104. Get to Memphis.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay.
Is that better? Was that better? Hey, Josh.
Signs along the highway.
All right, so that was Get to Memphis. Get to Memphis. Here's a straight mid-tempo. John said he was looking for a bouncier kick drum. That doesn't sound like that was it. We probably don't want up-tempo, do we? No, probably not. All right, so we can either go... Let's just keep looking until something really strikes us. Here's we're in the indie folk folder now. Get to Memphis. Okay, and by the way, remember percentage sign notes in the Discord. If you type in or wherever you are, actually. I believe this works from wherever you are. If you type in percentage sign notes and say Holt likes Memphis, that'll go into Percy's mouth, and then I can fetch them at any time. So if you have notes along the way, if you see one that you really like, percentage sign notes, type in whatever you're hearing, whatever you're liking, and then I can call it up at the end, and this is a great way to do it. It's going to work. So I won't get too neurotic about us leaving these behind. Just really stay with it. Even with the latency, you'll hear what I call it. Right now that we're looking at Water 64. Water 64. Oh!
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between.
That's not it, but it's interesting to feel that, isn't it? All right, here's Flower Sun. Flower Sun.
There's signs along the highway.
Nope. Here's Holo. Holo. All right, never mind. Okay, let's go to a different folder here. Session drums, maybe. Ballad, straight 4/4. This is slow basic. Slow basic.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Now that guy means it right there.
Stay and read between the lines,
Not messing around.
and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's
All right, moving on. Exactly. We were. Johnny was a young man. Johnny was an old man, young man, playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. He's got mud on his face, big disgrace, waving his banner all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Johnny's an old man, boy man, playing, gonna be a big man someday. He's got mud on his face, big disgrace, kicking his can all over the place. Welcome to karaoke. All right, next. How about a swing 4/4? This one is slow swing, slow swing. Huh.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Yeah, that's some swing. That's some swing. Hey, folk you, Josh. Folk you, man.
God, I know they're living that life. I swore I'd never stray.
This is definitely a tutorial in swinging. That's maybe the first time I've so felt swing. Oh, so that's what they mean. That's what that means. Swinging. And we were swinging.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life. I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going.
I'm going to go to the next one in this.
Going to stay. And it's there's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life. I swore I'd never stray.
And so I was just like hanging out on the swing, you know. I mean, I've been there all day. It was just, I mean, I didn't know whose swing it was, but you know, I was just hanging out on the swing, you know.
And it's there's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Well, we can fix all that. We can change anything. But that is one thing I know we can do. We can take that basic idea, strip away, use just a little part of it and loop it. There's a million things we can do. So don't feel like we're stuck with anything. Like, oh, I love that one part, but I don't like how it does this. We can change. We can make it whatever we want. What are y'all saying about that? I was feeling that. You just pulled those lyrics out of your ass, says Mark. Folk you, man. All right, John says not quite. Is that all right? So we're now talking about a slow swing 89. Slow swing 89. Slow swing 89. Now talking about slow swing 89. Slow swing.
I've got 55. 55, 55, no, say no, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 59, 60, 60, 60, 60, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
I'm just waiting for y'all to catch up with me in the chat. The whole folking other. That's when Lex just brings out Shantae. I'm curious what these. All right. Here's the chorus in this one. Oh, God. Uh-oh. The choruses are a little, maybe too huge for us. We don't have to use, we can mix them up, too. We can use different patterns from different places.
See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway.
Okay. Good call. Keeping it in the wings. Slow swing 89. Here, I'll add it to the. Slow swing 89 in session drums. All right. Moving along here. Let's see, mid-tempos. Is that... Yeah, that was the only groove in there. Mid-tempo, straight verse. Let's see, what's this called? This is Rock 91. You're listening to Rock 91. Yeah, this is getting into too rocking. All right, Ona, if you're still out there. Looks like I just got to one called Shuffled Backbeats. Here's one called Yo-Yo.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
Let's try Cheerio.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
It's a little intense. That was Cheerio. This one's called Pretzel. Whoa.
There's signs along the highway.
No. Isn't it funny how so many of them sort of work? All right, we're going into singer-songwriter grooves package.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's, there's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
I
And you're
agree.
sure to find your way.
Yep, a little busy. Swing 4/4 halftime. It's called Time with You. That's probably going to be busy too.
There's signs along the highway.
Yeah, where is the Andrew Barr, the Dave Rogan? Ezra, you in here? Where's Ezra? Where's the Ezra one? That sounds too big. Too big for our britches. All right, this is Handy. Handy 92.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
You been getting your Ezra
And you're
size?
sure to
You look like you've been
find
working
your
out.
way. God, I know they're living.
Which one, John? Which one? This one?
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't.
That's a little interesting thing it does there. Then the chorus. Man, these choruses go for it. Ah, that might actually work. No one around here can understand. Okay, remember that one. Handy 9. Here, I should write these down. Handy. We like Handy. A couple people out there liking on Handy. This one's called Southern Rain. Southern Rain.
This sands along the
No. This one's called Down Low.
This sands along the highway. And then there's sands along the highway. Stay and read between the lines. And you're sure.
God, that might be actually fun for the solo or something. Come on, we're not messing around. I'm just going to remember that somehow. Down Low. All right, so we're hopping out of singer-songwriter grooves. Another folder. See, there's another songwriters pack. Ballad. Too excited. Modern country.
This sands along the highway. And then there's sands along the highway. Stay and read between.
Boy, we just come out of the gate like that. Here we are, America. Deal with it. Less cymbals, the better. Just snare and kick. No hi-hat.
This sand.
That one's even called hard rock. Let's dive deep for a second. World beats? No, I guess not. Into the mega pack. It's a little overwhelming. I don't think we need to dive that deep. Oh, look at this. All right, here's the ballads folder. I guess this isn't... What is a ballad? Didn't I learn that the other night? I've already forgotten. What's a ballad? This one's called Fiery Rain. Whoa. Oh, I've seen Fiery Rain.
There's sands along the highway. And then there's sands along the highway. Stay and read between the lines. And you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's this sands along the highway. And then there's sands along the highway. Stay and read between the lines. And you
All right, that was fun. Swing 4/4. Is anyone sad I moved on from that? What was that? Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's called Urban Train. Urban Train. Going Home. This one's called Motion. Ah, goodness. No, 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 no.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way.
All right, here's the swing 4/4 in here called Say Goodbye.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
Don't worry, we can take the cymbals
and you're
out.
sure
If we like the groove of something and there's just crashes or whatever, we can take those out really easily.
there's signs along the highway.
Swing 44 wasn't interesting, could be perfect. Which one was that? Swing. Oh, wait, I was just saying it's in the Swing 44 folder. This one's called Say Goodbye, the one we were just listening to. Sweet dreams, April. Thanks for stopping in.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swear.
All right, well, there's a good simple one, right? Say Goodbye. Say Goodbye might be it, actually. Okay, which one for when it first comes in? Oh, God. Jeez, what's this chorus gonna be? It's not so bad. Pre-chorus? Say Goodbye is great. If you saw it, we can definitely soften the kick. Don't we want it to be more dramatic before that verse when it comes, used to be a rambling man? Do I just start with the verse? Just that? Let's see. So that would be...
See, I used to be a rambling man.
It's right on 29, I guess. No, 26. 26.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway.
Hold on.
Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find it. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that.
Nope, we'll save that for chorus. Should it be more substantial when it comes in? Should we do the halftime thing with just the threes? What is this stuff? I'm trying to figure out what this grid is. Oh, I see. Am I doing this right?
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Thank you, John.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going.
Nope.
Highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know they're living that life I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going. No, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Maybe that.
See, I used to be a rambling man.
That feels weak. Too much, too much. It's too much.
When you don't know where you're going, when you don't know where you're going, or how you're getting. How you get. When you don't know where you're going, or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. It's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. But I ain't going. I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See it. See, I used to be a rambling man.
So we can give it, crashes here or there. We can change anything we want about it. I don't know. I can't decide. It feels a little utilitarian to me. I don't know how excited I am by it. There's something really exciting before when it all came crashing in. I like that, but maybe I'm a sucker for cool shit like that. I don't know. Listening.
Man. This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. I ain't going. Now I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Well, what do we think of that? Oh, believe me, I hear you. Brian says there's a note here. My vote is for a live drummer. Wouldn't that be great? My vote is for $1 million. I'd vote for me to get $1 million. I love it. Let's do it. Who's Jeremy Fortune? I don't even know this guy. Or my vote, maybe Jeremy Fortune or any number of other talented drummers. This track deserves a player. They all deserve a player. These tracks deserve way more than we're going to be able to give them for this project. We have a deadline. We're operating. We're a new band. We're a young band. We don't have a lot of connections. We just have a little bit of time in the studio to make our debut record, and here we are, just working with what we have. Now, I expect and that there will be plenty of surprises over the next 2 weeks, and who knows, some drummer out there might send us a drum track for one of these. The two things I'm not doing is asking anybody specifically to do anything for this, or two, depending on anybody to do anything for this. We have to make it sound as good as we can and see what happens, and we'll probably get lucky. If you want to reach out to Jeremy Fortune and tell him, what I should do is not even wait for people to ask, but provide a no drums version of every song on the website along with the other tracks. I should facilitate that, grease it as much as possible. But then again, we're on a deadline, and we gotta make this stuff work the best we can. I agree that somebody in there said something. What was about the this last drum track. It's a bit pedestrian is how it was put, and I completely agree. It is a bit. Now we could treat them differently. We could add things. Maybe these aren't the ones to work with. Yeah, I already made two for one drummer reached out and wanted a couple of tracks, but I don't think it was this one. Maybe it was. I forget. I just, and I'll do this for anybody. If somebody wants a custom mix, like give me something without something, even so bold as a lead, I'll give you whatever you ask for, and then make the call at the end of the day. But if you're like, hey, give me one without that clarinet solo or something, because you have an idea for something you want to do there, I'll be happy, and I don't feel threatened by that. So fire away. If you have any special requests for special mixes, but yeah, as we bounce these, I'll do a bounce. The problem is a lot of times when I mute the drums, that's not usually the case actually. They have to have some reference to get into the song, but there's usually a click or something. Kendi. Hey, Kendi. It sounds so good, Nathan. Can I ask why we only get a little bit of harmonica? Like the song just comes alive in that moment to me, and I couldn't help but want to be greedy about having a little more harp. But then I always want... You mean just like going during the song? I mean, it's the harmonica solo moment. Do you want the harmonica solo longer or more harmonica throughout the song? A lot of times I picture, like the harmonica holder folk singer guy, and then he takes his harmonica solo, and then he's singing again. And sometimes if that's what I have in my head, I never want to hear a harmonica overlap the voice, because that would be impossible, and it takes that imaginary troubadour out of my imagination. All right, let's see here. The thing that's funny and sort of frustrates me, but it just is what I got a drum set myself. It is true. There's nothing. If we had, one of the professional drummers in here that we know and love, it would be night and day from what this is. And it's just a whole nother animal. But we can find a charm. Our limits are our wings. We just have to love what we can figure out to do, and that's but mad respect out there to what real drummers do. But that's just the case for, this whole record, this body of songs made in a professional studio with a professional producer, with a professional engineer, with all professional musicians. What a fun thing to think about. I digress. It is, Rob. It is. That'll just be bootleggers.
This isn't an illness, it's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. Carries those old songs, that's bending the trees, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man There's signs along the highway.
I just unmuted those original drums, Swaby.
See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there, it's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Bean says I prefer it without drums. With no drums at all, anywhere?
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. I ain't going. Now I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
All right. So I think that was healthy. That was a healthy listen. Thanks for recommending that, Beans. When I was hearing that, I was sort of thinking that there's the things I missed about the drums are pretty simple. Like I missed that crash. I missed the do 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 in the choruses. It made me think that possibly we could just play it. Like pull up this drum kit. Swaby says, gotta have drums driving it. Hope I wasn't too chippy with Brian. Are you still out there, Brian? I chased you off. Definitely tapped into my fears there a little bit. I have some deep anxiety over this particular obstacle in my life of really wanting drums to drive stuff and wanting to be self-sufficient and having so many loop failures over the years. Whew. Oh my God, we tried and failed, we tried and failed, we tried and failed. Sorry about that. Good. All good. And please keep it coming. I'm glad you're here. Anything y'all think, throw it out. Don't mind me if I get. It's it's gonna become a mess. Within the next 2 weeks, you're gonna tune in to watch me slowly devolve. I'm sharing this with you guys, and y'all can you guys will know me so much better when this is all over. Because we are well on our way to a mess. But it's our mess, and it's a beautiful mess. And nobody better mess with our mess, or I'll mess them up. All right, let's get these things playing. What's going on here? These guys aren't seeing each other. Oh, wait, no, I see it. It's muted. That's why. We just listened to it without drums. All right. Need low latency mode. Low latency mode is on. All right, let's just do first things first, okay? There's that crash. Want that crash.
Old songs that's bending the trees, but I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
All right, I don't know what I just hit. Trying to see how I can see all this stuff. It doesn't want to let me make that any bigger. All right, fine. Be stupid. I don't care. All right, yeah, that works. Oh wait, this is gonna get busier though. We can just move that. What do we want? Yeah, see, you can see it right there. That's what I hit. Look at it. Dear puppeteer, I don't want to play here.
Used to be a rambling man.
Oh, wait. There's some drums going on. Sneaking back in.
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
All right, what else do we hear there? Where's the kick? God, I feel like this thing is transposed, but it says it's not. according to this, it is not transposed. According to these drums, the kick is routed to C1 like it should be. But C1 is triggering that. Oh, that says C2. Oh, C1 is just not working. Well, how about that? How do you like that? Why would that be? Is that God's way of telling me, Nathan, you're about to waste 2 hours of your life? All right, well, I will transpose it then. That'll work. What is this piano roll showing me? All right, that's saying that's C3. Oh, C1 is just not working at all. So it's not the keyboard. What did I do? Oh my God. What did I do? How's that possible? Wow, C1 is not working no matter where I am on where. Even when I transpose it, I lose C1.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do that to you. Oh my goodness. Well, another impasse. That's not something, that rabbit hole I'm going to have to go down to figure out how to fix that is not something I'm going to put you through. I do love you more than that. I have a feeling that's going to be a little bit of a mess. C1 is not working. I guess oh no. Part of me thought like, you can figure it out in 5 minutes. It'll be anywhere between 5 minutes and forever. Okay, so next thought. If we got to just see where the wind, see where the Lord is pushing us. The reason I opened up that last synthesizer sound was to see if the keyboard worked for that. Oh, I do have other MIDI inputs. Goodness. What a mess. I could do it on my keyboard. Hold on. There's this. Hold the phone. I forgot about this trick. There's keys. How do you do it? Window. Musical typing. All right. Look at that. So my kick drum would be the A. Or maybe not. We might need to go down. Let's see where the tom there. Let's put a drummer here. It's actually pretty. All right, where's... Oh, the O button. All right, I'm not going to be able to play all these drums at once. But maybe we can find little parts. All right, let's just play through it once and just experiment. This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be. Hold on, I need to change my recording settings. How do I do that? Recording for MIDI. I don't think those are the settings I'm looking for. Well, no, wait, stop. Recording preferences? Maybe this is it. Here we go. Cycle off. Create take folder. Cycle on merge. Okay, we'll do it like that.
This is
Why is that happening? Where is that? Okay. That was weird. It's still there. Where? Oh, God. Oh, man, I believe in ghosts. Oh, holy crap, where is that? That sound doesn't exist. That's what I just played. Oh. Is it recording it in here? Stupid. All right, I'm back.
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. I ain't going. I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
I was just hunting around for any little moment that was like, yeah, like something in there. Didn't find it.
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs, that's bending the trees. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can
Oops, I hit the space bar.
No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going. No, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Getting way out of my league, but there was a little moment there that felt like something.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't, and it's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. Rambling man. To be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, see, I used to be a rambling man. This
Those are right.
See, I used to be a rambling man.
Oh, God. So bad.
Rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines.
And the way I'm thinking is probably insanity. But I'm just like one drum at a time. Just one drum at a, instead of trying to play a groove on a keyboard, and I can't play a groove anyways, but finding like cool things one at a time, maybe.
And you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray.
There's the heartbeat.
But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard.
All right, so that's when it comes in 4 on the floor. What do you think, Salsa?
No, I'm going to stay, and it's hard.
So right there. Start with. Oh.
It's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Now right there is going to mess me up a little bit. All right, but what should go with that? What should hit with the kick? A different tom. It could be a little boom.
And it's hard.
Oh, not like that. Like that.
And it's hard. No one around. And it's hard. It's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
All right. Do something here. Musical typing. Thank you, but I suck at you. Whoo, holy moly.
No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
It's sort of fun, but hold on.
This sound,
Give it a little better sound.
rambling man. Rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the. See, I used to be a rambling man. Used to be a rambling man.
I just don't know enough what I'm doing. I did reach out to Andrew not too long ago about the idea. I have this cool idea for a show where he comes in and controls my mouse. Don't get too excited. I'm talking about this kind of mouse where you can remote control people's mice from iMessage or any. There's a lot of things that can do it, and have him control my mouse and just walk me through like simple drum concepts, like on this grid, and give me a drum lesson on the grid. I just think it would be so fascinating to hear. Like right now, if he was moving this mouse, we'd be having a whole different moment. He'd be like, all right, yeah, and he'd add some blah, blah, blah to that and do a blah, blah, blah to that. And it'd be sweet. All right, let me just kill that.
Used to be a rambling man.
So I hear it here.
See, I used to be a rambling man. Used to be a rambling man.
They're so hard.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand.
Oh, it's so
It's
cute.
hard.
It's my little drum part. It's so cute. Isn't that cute? Isn't it so cute? I did that all by I made that myself. I did. I made that. Can you believe it? Yeah. It's like, do, 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 do. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? I made that.
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore
What is it? What's the
I'd
name?
never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. I ain't going, and I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard, no one around here can understand.
Well, shoot. That was a wasted 3 hours. Sorry, guys. I led us astray. We went down the rabbit hole. Well, it wouldn't be a true session without that some. I was really hoping something was going to snap out there, jump out of the rabbit hole. But I really like. I even heard things in my head, but I'm like. Then I was like, realized that what I heard in my head was Brian doing that. No, you did not get fascinated with that. That cable coming out of my headphones is none of your business, Salsa. It's none of your beeswax. Don't even get intrigued about that. That has nothing to do with you. No, sir. This is where we were 3 hours ago. This is where we left to go where we just were. 3-hour journey.
This isn't an illness.
Are you sure there's an overlook here? I don't know. We've been walking a really long time. Are you sure? Is this a right? Where is this? Where is it?
This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs.
Still sounds like the guitar gets off there.
That's bending the trees. But I ain't going. I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
I'll tell you one thing, me beatboxing the drums would have been probably more productive than what I spent the last 3 hours doing. Holy.
It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Oh. We just wasted about 2 hours trying to change the drums, and now we're sort of back to where we started. I did some work on this one earlier today, but we haven't gotten a lot done tonight. I sort of led us astray. Feel pretty bad about it. We got some good notes though. There were some cool drum parts we found. I wrote them down. I sort of want to go back to the "Say Goodbye" or that swing one. "Say Goodbye" had a little something going on with it. Oh, but I feel like I should probably step away from this for a second. It's gonna be it's gonna feel my futility. It's gonna. Yeah, that was cool, right? There was that one in particular. Maybe I just want to hear that again while I'm thinking about it. if I can just search for that by name. Say Goodbye. No. It was in Ballads. Swing 4/4, Say Goodbye.
Rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between.
Is that not the one we were looking for? Slow Swing 89. Let's see if there's anything in the notes that will jar my memory. Oh shit. Burning down the house. Superior. Get to Memphis. Nice kick pattern. Slow Swing is pretty nice. Some cool ghost notes and variety. Slow Swing 89 in session drums. Slow Swing 89. All right, in the session drums. There it is, Slow Swing 89.
Highway. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
Yeah, I guess it's just that swing thing. That feeling behind.
There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. getting there. You won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. For those that dare, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that
No, you were right.
in an old
That one groove was.
rocking chair. But I ain't going. And I'm a really good stop for those that dare. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. Well, well, well. This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. This sands along. See, I used to be a rambling man. Rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway, and then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard, no one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic
Right.
that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. But I ain't going. I'm a really good stop for those that dare.
I'm with you, Swaby.
And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
God, that wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. I feel like we sort of got somewhere. Pruning the bonsai, chipping away at the marble, whittling away at the wood. At one point, I was like, like you whittle this intricate character, this like perfect likeness, maybe someone you love. Then all of a sudden you get sort of carried away, and like 2 hours later, and you look down, and you're like, oh no, you chopped its nose off. I just chiseled its. I was. Oh, you look over and David's nose is off. You spent weeks on that sculpture. All of a sudden, its nose is off. So then you have to you have to find a way to convince the world that you meant to do it, that you did it on purpose. Maybe it's holding a flower. So you begin chiseling away the flower that it's holding, so it all makes sense. Oh, you can't smell the flower, poor thing. I know we don't want to hear this again, but I'm so fascinated. I'm so. Maybe you should bounce it. Maybe you should bounce it without drums. Maybe I should just work on that part of the. No, we can't get reliant on that. Some drummer out there really wants to play something. They'll let me know, right? They're not going to be like, oh, I was completely willing to like multi-track my full drum kit for the picking the record. But yeah, it didn't feel like asking for a mix without drums in it. On the other hand, a lot of people might want to just download the one without drums and give it a stab, you know. Because if they ask for one without drums in it, they're going to be like, then they'll be expecting something from me. But if they can try it in secret, see, that's what I got to give them room for. Facilitate them trying it secretly. It makes sense. I'm just being lazy. So lazy. Who wants to go through all these and just bounce them without drums? Anybody? Somebody take over here. You can do this. All right, I'm just going to bounce that. Bouncing. Replace. 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 Bouncing. 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 See, I used to be a rambling man. Oh, yeah, all on down the factory line. We're processing this thing, Captain. I don't know. What should we do now? Cribbage, anybody? Cribbage? Anybody want to play some cribbage?
This is crack, rock cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you. Which...
And let me ask you this. Do you think Jimmy is roaming around the White House tonight trying to find a meatloaf to warm himself up on?
I don't think the Carters eat meatloaf.
Who the hell are they? They're only from Georgia. Oh, let me tell you something. I am so sick of Washington and all its works and all them politicians down there and them congressmen and the congressmen. Boy, I'll bet you won't find none of them congressmen turning down their electric blankets tonight. Because if they did, their secretaries would get up and go home. Oh, Reedus, the Democrats is doing the whole... The Democrats. And you put them in there. That's the face you had on you when you come back in the polls. Well, the Democrats' way of running this country is to go tell us all how we ought to make sacrifices. God, they're great on that stuff. But they're all going to have us over the hill to the poorhouse. We ain't going to be able to drive over there because we ain't got no gas, so we're going to have to walk it.
Well, the Reader's Digest says walking is very good for you.
Oh, ain't that lovely? The Reader's Digest can always put a little joy into poverty. Listen, my whole point is this whole thing with the energy and everything. This is all a conspiracy. You know that it's a conspiracy there. Listen, for years, all our lives, they've been telling us to go out and buy stuff that use energy. You know, all electrical stuff. They got electric toasters, electric ovens, electric stove, electric stereo, electric TV, electric race, electric hair blower, electric knives, electric every damn thing. Not to mention the cars. And now, after all the big corporations there make the billions and billions of dollars worth of profits, signals, wham, they're changed. And after telling us for years that we can't live without this junk, now they tell us that we gotta live without it. The country is going straight into the dumper.
All right, let's see if we can. Oh, you guys weren't seeing what I was showing you. Whoops. You guys are just watching that. I was showing you stuff. I was multitasking. All right, let's see if this works. On the website. I've been playing with different orders too. It's one of the things that's so fun to make a record is deciding on the order of the tracks. And seeing how the songs flow in and out of each other and everything. I always end up trying to tell a story, you know, like Lie to Me, Baby, and then the tall tale about how I used to be a rambling man, and it says Sit By Me, you know, telling a story. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's hear it come out of Lie to Me, Baby. Let's go to the end of this. It'll be okay. Lie to me, baby. I know. Do it anyway. This isn't an illness. It's no strange disease. It's just stillness against a maddening breeze that carries those old songs that's bending the trees. But I ain't going, I'm hunkered down on my knees, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. There's signs along the highway. I do like that still. And then there's signs along the highway. Stay and read between the lines, and you're sure to find your way. God, I know that living that life, I swore I'd never stray. But I ain't going, no, I'm going to stay. And it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. When you don't know where you're going or how you're getting there, you won't believe the magic that rises right out of thin air. And it's hard to find that in an old rocking chair. I'm a really good stop for those lost the dare, and it's hard. No one around here can understand. It's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man. Sit by me sad, sit by me sorry. Whatever you have, you don't have to worry. Just try to relax. This too shall pass, no hurry. I know it's a drag, seems like there's always a season like we never had. But we both know the reason that it ain't so bad. In fact, sometimes it's downright easy. As long as we stay together, we'll always have forever and all the lousy weather. Just get it out. Just let it out. You and me, hour to hour couple honeybees, flower to flower, come on honey, let's use our superpowers. As long as we stay together, we'll always have forever and all the lousy weather. You just get it out. You just let it out. Down, I could make a funny sound. I could dance a silly dance, oh I've dared. I can pratfall, rebound just to entertain a crowd. But there's nothing I can do when they are scared. If they only had a frown, I could turn it right around. If they were only down and out, I know how. What am I gonna do now? It's a bad time. A bad time to be a clown. The flower in my lapel has a dried up empty well. Used to hold the water that I'd squirt. Now I give the ball a squeeze, it just puffs a tiny breeze. No one's whistling while they work. If they only had a smile, I could play with it a while. If they only wanted style, I know how. What am I gonna do now? It's a bad time, a bad time to be a clown. Unless they got a big red nose, just how much it blows to read this news. my strange weather friends, I wouldn't recommend taking a single step inside my shoes. You'd just be falling down the street, tripping on your feet. They only fit me anyhow. What am I gonna do now? It's a bad time, a bad time to be a clown. It's a bad time, a bad time to be a clown. Sometimes I feel like I've stolen everything, and there's no way to bring it back. And it comes as no relief to romanticize the thief. Oh, it's no use to anyone but me. She fooled me and I lost her in the night. I still believe there's more than I see, much more than can meet the eye. I still believe sit still as can be. If I sit still enough, I will fly. I still believe the words are free to fail to part the sky. Imogene, she fooled me. Now who am I? I thought it was my time, it wasn't my time, it wasn't my time. I still believe, I thought I had a friend, it wasn't my friend, it wasn't my friend. I still believe, Imogene, she fooled me, and I might have lost my mind. Once the sun hides its eyes beneath the moon, under starry skies, that's when I rise at night. I shine. When the town is sound asleep, time to laugh, time to weep. Oh, we're going deep at night. I shine. and sewed along the seams. All my life, this is how I feel, and I have no idea now if I'm real. When the din of the city pales next to the song of the nightingales, oh, never fails at night. I shine. Once the blue is turned to black, after love has had its heart attack, I pull the curtain back at night. I shine. I awoke in a land of dreams, stuffed and sewed along the seams. All my life, this is how I feel, and I have no idea now if I'm real. I should probably hop off this thing and make some. The way you say things, the things you do, that sound you make, the way you move, reckon. Well, there they all are, folks. They're on the website, nathansland.com/picking the lockdown. There's a big old link right here. Play along. We got 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Already less than 2 weeks. Man, it's going to be a mess. We're making a mess. Welcome to the mess. Well, thanks for playing along. That wasn't a very productive night, but it's a Monday. You know, Mondays are like that. That'll put the fear of dog into us. Thanks for the moving pictures. That's what I've decided on through the whole GIF debate that breaks out every time, because you people are crazy. Every time I try to reference a GIF or a GIF, all hell breaks loose. We are so polarized. So polarized. I'm calling them moving pictures. I'm bringing that back. I'm bringing moving pictures back. Giving it new meaning. I love playing with your new moving pictures. We are just making music videos on the fly. Could I do that all night? Yes. I could do that all night. I don't see why it's cutting off the bottom of it like that, though. That doesn't seem necessary. At least balance. Oh, now you see the little bit of... Ugh. And there we go. Perfection. Ending on a high note. Sticking the landing. All right, I'm going to make bounces. I won't do this on air. It's just no reason to do it. I'm going to make bounces without drums of all the songs and put another player up there for people to grab those versions of the songs. So that's what I think. That's I think the cool task. Thanks for inspiring that. I'm sorry I was a little chippy, a little snappy, a little chappy. Let's call it chappy. It's chippy and snappy combined. Getting chappy? Yeah, it's hard not to. From time to time. But boy, talk about insecurities when it comes to rhythm and stuff on the tracks. I'm fragile in there because I suck so bad at it. But I'm still not giving up. I'm still not giving up. I get a little bit better all the time. It's just such a from suck to that's cool is a steep climb. It's suck all the way up. Sucks all the way up. I know. I'm that friend when you take hiking. You know, you want to take them to the lookout spot. I'm that guy. Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Oh my God. All right, but it's gonna suck all the way till that. That's how rhythm is with these recordings for me. It's it's almost the opposite of my wheelhouse. What even is my wheelhouse? My gift as an artist or as a musician. It's I do feel blessed, but it's an elusive gift. It's almost not repeatable. That's why I'm so bad at rhythm. I can never do the same thing twice. That's not part of this trickster gift I got. The surprise spirit, the magic storyteller. Oh man, I traded all to be a great drummer. I traded all to be a I don't know. I was going to say studio engineer, but I don't think that's true. I don't even think I'd trade it all to be a great... Drummers have to carry all the drums. I mean, they can't run from anything. They can't run from bad guys. They can't run from the law. They can't run. They can't. They're like, oh, we got to get out of here. 5 minutes. We got to be out. We got to be out. All right. Grab my snare. Will you grab my top? What? No. I got my bug out bag. I got, we're out. Mm-hmm. But, I think, at the same time, we're putting this record out. It's going out in less than 2 weeks. This is going to happen. Oh my goodness. One way or another. I'm psyched about it. Even if I don't really like it, it'll be a great hurdle for me because I haven't put my stuff out in a long time. I'll put it out for like a couple of weeks on my own website and then pull it down. Embarrassed. What record? I don't know what you're talking about. What was it? Nope, I have no idea. What are you talking about? And so I've never joined any of these things. I mean, I have this home studio. I have all this. I'm making content. I got a podcast. So I should be connected to these services. So I'm doing a lot of this is sort of selfish. I'm just like using you to motivate myself to do things I should have done a long time ago. And at the end of the day, we're going to have an account with some distributor and for digital distribution out pathway. We'll have a path to digital distribution, and then we can, it doesn't have to always be a record. It could be singles. I could start releasing edits of the whole other shows or stuff, All kinds of stuff could happen. Just creating possibilities. That's the gig. That's the gig. We're just creating possibilities. Well, thanks for playing along. See you tomorrow. I'll be up all night. I'm going to bounce these down to no drums. See what happens. What poem should it be? What poem should it be?
Away with your fictions of flimsy romance. Those
So it has come to this. Insomnia, 3:15 a.m. The clock tolling its engine like a frog following a sundial, yet having an electric seizure at the quarter hour. The business of words keeps me awake. I am drinking cocoa, that warm brown mama. I would like a simple life, yet all night I am laying poems away in a long box. It is my immortality box, my layaway plan, my coffin. All night dark wings flopping in my heart, each an ambition bird. The bird wants to be dropped from a high place like the Tallahatchie Bridge. He wants to light a kitchen match and immolate himself. He wants to fly into the hand of Michelangelo and come out painted on the ceiling. He wants to pierce the hornet's nest and come out with a long godhead. He wants to take bread and wine and bring forth happily floating in the Caribbean. He wants to be pressed out like a key so he can unlock the Magi. He wants to take leave among strangers, passing out bits of his heart like hors d'oeuvres. He wants to die, changing his clothes and bolt for the sun like a diamond. He wants, I want. Dear God, wouldn't it be good enough to just drink cocoa? I must get a new bird and a new immortality box. There is folly enough inside this one.